This is a story that's been all over the place since Monday of this week, and you've heard it a lot of other places. I had a couple of thoughts regarding it, and it's been on a lot of news stations and talk shows, etc. And I don't know if you saw this, the story about the college in Canada that has banned scales from the locker rooms, from gyms, from the locker.
Wait, to weigh yourself on?
Yeah.
Why?
Because some people
get
are
fat shamed.
Yeah, some people are heavier than others. Some people, it just is not fair that it leads to making judgments and makes people feel bad about themselves, and they have trigger warnings, and their safe space is invaded. Hold on just a second. Canada's Carleton University has removed the weight scales from its campus gymnasiums after several students complained about being triggered by it. A sign in the place of the scales. A sign has been put up explaining that the decision to remove the scales is, quote, in keeping with current fitness and social trends. You know what that social trend is?
No.
Don't judge anybody.
No judging.
I had thought, and this is what I was going to say about it, as insane as you may think that is. And my first thought was, and my buddy Tommy was here when we saw it, and we said this about the same time, if you're going to remove the scales, why not just remove mirrors? Because not everybody is good looking. If you're bad at math, let's just get rid of calculators.
Yeah.
Look, I have thought for a long, long time that the two most prophetic books ever written were Time Machine, H.G. Wells, where the guy goes into the future and there's two separate societies, the Eloi and the Morlocks.
Right.
And the Eloi are little and thin, and they dance around and they eat leaves. And the Morlocks come out at night and eat the Eloi.
Yeah.
These two separate parallel societies that hardly ever intersect. The other prophetic novel is Golding's Lord of the Flies.
Oh, that is so, yes.
And
so
basically,
right.
and I've said this before, Lord of the Flies is about a bunch of British school kids who get shipwrecked on an island and attempt to form their own society. And basically, it is a microcosm of what happens if you take teenage boys and remove adult male supervision. They become tribal, i.e., Lord of the Flies is basically the Crips and the Bloods on a beach.
Yeah.
Now, I thought those were two of the most prophetic books I'd ever read. And then I remembered, and Parky and I were talking about this, and it's a short story by Kurt Vonnegut called Harrison Bergeron. This is a synopsis. In the year 2081, amendments to the Constitution dictate that all Americans are fully equal. No one is allowed to be smarter, better looking, or more physically able than anyone else.
Whoa!
The Handicapper General's Office, that's who's in charge of all this, the United States Handicapper General, the Handicapper General's agents enforce the equality laws, forcing citizens to wear handicaps masks for the ones who are too good looking.
Oh, boy.
Loud radio static headphones inside the ears of those who are too smart to distract them. And heavy weights to be worn as vests for the strong or the too athletic.
What about the ones who are too ugly?
They get to go unmasked. The fat, the slow.
So everyone will be ugly.
So everyone will be equal.
Ugly, fat, and slow.
Equal.
Oh, man.
Why raise the bar when you can lower it?
Lower it, yeah.